Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's May 19th, 2022. I'm out near the eastern garden plot and the central garden plot. Thea and I have both been busting our bums trying to get things ready for this growing season and trying to get other things done as well at the same time. And my back is doing a little bit better. And so I thought what I'd do in this video is just give you a quick update on some of the things that we've been working on with the gardens. As I mentioned before, one of the things we wanted to do was try and reduce the amount of the size of our garden beds and our garden plots. So that's what we'll take a look at now. So it's overcast right now and the sun still hasn't come up yet. It's about 6:30 a.m. Thea's been working out here in the central garden plot getting, let's see, we got broccoli, Russian red kale, Premier kale, and yesterday she got the San Marzano tomatoes in. Last year we had 2 big rows. We've really cut back a lot. One of the things I've been doing is using the equipment, and I'll post another video too, on the material that we've been taking out of these garden beds, plus the large leaf beds that we've had, and not leaf beds, but a leaf pile that we got from the municipality, and our decomposition pile that we've got down and back. So we've been trying to get that somewhat organized. But one of the things I did yesterday was I came in, pulled up the T-posts that support these fence posts. Remember, the deer just pop right over here, and the bed used to come out, you could see, a good 6 feet wider here and about 1.5 feet wider here right now. And I think I've got this size down to where I want it to be. And I still have some of this material. This material here will go back to the decomposing pile. Last year, I think it was last year, we took so much of the freezer material and root cellar material, and I laid it down in here and then laid the wood chips on top of it, and that really decomposed and created some pretty darn nice soil. And it isn't composting, it's decomposing. It never got to the high temperatures. But yesterday I moved the fencing back a little bit after pulling out the T-post. So here's an example of the T-post, and I usually use the cable ties to hold it here. But what I've decided to do is reduce the size of these, the length of these beds, and actually the width. So I'm going to come through, but we're going to move this fencing out and try to figure out our easy path, 3 foot or 4 foot wide, which will even shorten these beds right here some, so we can have an easy access to get down here with a small garden cart all the way around here. And we need far fewer beds. We just don't need the massive amounts of beds that we've had. The other thing that this allows us to do is, I've got some anticipated work that I'm going to do over the next couple of years here. So getting these driveways, all the access roads, larger, so that I can get equipment back here more easily as well. So this whole section I'll work on, maybe I'll get to today too as well, but I'll be moving this fence line back a little bit. And yesterday, now you may recall, the russet potatoes were grown in a bed, and then we used cover crops on all these beds. That's what the material is that's breaking down there. We've got some weeds started. But right here we grew the russet potatoes, and the fence used to come all the way out to here. And this was all the winter rye in here. So yesterday I took the Hulk and took that bed completely out. So here we are with the rest of the beds here. The other thing I did do was we took down the hardy kiwis that were here. The roots are so expansive, it was getting into the drainage systems and all, so I still have to pull the rest of this out. This arbor I'm going to take down ultimately. I'm not sure if I'll be reconstructing it someplace else, but we've decided it just doesn't work here. We want to have a little, it'd be as mowing underneath here, the issues and all. I'm thinking about less work, maintenance, maintaining everything, trying to make everything as easy as possible to deal with around here. So so I'll also be coming up along in here and making this a walkway in here. And over there in the western garden plot, I haven't done anything else over there yet, but that's one of the next things that I've got to get to. Just trying to get the garden plots and the garden beds reduced in size, more easy access. Everything's about trying to make life a little bit easier in the future, and not having the extensive number of beds and doing all of the production and harvesting that we've been doing for years now. And so each year we've been cutting back, and right now we're actually cutting back the number of beds as well. So a lot of cleanup work here. I will do a bit of a video on each one of the pieces of equipment and how they've really been amazing. Even Thea's Mini-Me, the Kubota B2601 with the Land Pride grapple on it. Man, that thing has come in so handy. So I'll be posting a video there that helped me to help move a lot of the material around that I've just mentioned and all. So I'm going to get back to it here and figure out how I'm going to adjust these beds and plan these beds over here, because it's time to get everything in the ground here in the next week or so. So here we go.